Hey, good afternoon. It's Bob from Trade Genius, 13th of July. Market's still open, but really boring now, so I thought I'd start my report early. I'm going to start showing you the future. Some interesting things are happening today, and also show you the what the day trading money machine looks like here. Because some really interesting trades. If you'd have took all the trades today, you would have definitely made over $1,000, and even if you caught all the trades late. But but overnight we pushed up to a pivot here, and it was the. Hold on a second, let me fix that. Hit a high here, 58.12, and also a pivot, and then about 4 o'clock in the morning, we got our first sell signal, which brought it down to the low here, and this simply was just a confirmation. And then we had these trades here, we call them the slingshot trades. When the trades get over, a trend gets too far too fast, you get usually a good bounce. And this trade here was basically a 30-point move higher, and then it immediately was overdone on the long side, and you got a slingshot trade back down, and went right back down to SD2 minus SD2. These are market profile VWAP lines here, and basically saying, hey, cover your trade, okay? And then at the same time, if you did nothing else, you didn't even take this trade, then you got the next trade here on the it was a plus SD2. You got another slingshot trade down. So these three trades here would be worth about 1,400 points. Just trading the signals that were given you. I had no specific signal to take this back up, but if you did traded the signals you had, you did just fine. It's on the 15-minute, and so just to show you the power of it. And then on oil, the same way today too. There was a glitch in the reporting, but I was short overnight and picked up $200, and then when the market opened, pretty much 5 a.m. it opens at 6 for the oil, but 5 a.m. seems to be a time when the action really gets started. You had a buy signal right away. It confirmed it, and the rest of the day you'd have just been long. Now went right up to the pivot here, and you could close the trade there. You could still be in it, and you'd have made $600 off of this trade alone. So this is the power of the day trading money machine. You don't have to overthink it. You don't have to overtrade it. You just can enjoy it and make money. These are on 15-minute signals, but you could trade it down on a 5-minute if you want, or so on and so forth. I just wanted to show you how it works, and it's just a very, very easy and clean. It doesn't catch every trade. It's not designed to do that, and it's not a auto trade. It's really a tool, so you just have to use your own judgment. Sometimes great on entries, but on the exits you could have closed out here. You could have took the next trade here up to SD2, and so on and so forth. But it's really your call. Or you could have just stayed with the trade because there was no sell signal the whole day. The stochastics were embedded to the plus side. So just thought I'd share that with you, and enjoy it. What we charge for it, we have it on sale right now too, is you pay back pretty quickly. Now getting into the charts themselves, is that, let's see where I want to start this. Let me start with the high volume here. If that's a misnomer in itself, there is no high volume. There's no volume. It's just amazing to me what a fraud everything has become. So, give me a second here while I get caught up on the. There he goes. I hung myself up. Okay, so I'm going top to bottom here. Here's the VIX. They pushed the VIX down. VXX. It's under 10 again for the VIX. So bad things start happening when we get down this way. It's the same drill every single day, and that's why it's hard to trade anything other than day trading anymore, because one day it'll be up, it'll just push it right back down, and everything just is going back and forth. And the market in general is that way too. Just there's nothing there. You know, the only money that's in the market is when the central banks push money in, and everybody's passive. So unless something changes and big money has to move that money out, we're just going to grind, grind, grind. So that's why we've been day trading more until this market decides to start trending in one way or the other with a currency move. Nvidia, it hit my top here, and so I called it out on Twitter and said, hey, this is a good area to short, and it promptly fell $7. Came back a little bit, but this is a bear flag. It's going to go down further. I didn't have the courage of my convictions. That the amount I had to pay to put on the puts were just more than I wanted to risk. You know, the percentage of what I have available to trade. And so I just kind of just pat myself on the back for calling it out right. But I also called out USD is a trade that you could take, and which is the double long semiconductors. I'm talking about buying puts on it, and then you can also look at we did take a trade in the short SSG. So we took a less risky route, but just to show you when this thing goes, it'll go. And I mean, Nvidia is just hideously overvalued right now. Financials, like I said, this is a joke. So they're pushing up the 10-year, and that's the only thing giving the banks any life at all. But it's artificial. 10 years is going to collapse. There's no economy. They're killing the economy, and no healthcare is going to happen. So middle class is dead. What are they going to buy? You know, they're not going to go into more debt. In fact, they're going to go bankrupt, and we're going to wipe debt out. And you're going to have those who else that could still survive this long will be able to refi our debt because it'll be that cheap. The banks just did it to us again. It's just amazing what we let them do, because we don't have the courage in the middle class to speak out, you know, with one voice and say enough's enough, and stop stealing from us. But until we do that, they're just going to keep doing it to us. Like I said, here's the Qs. It's double top. So I expect this thing to fall off. The next 60 days are the weakest for it, and everything's been pushed to the wall. And so I'm looking for further weakness going into the end of September. There's SPY. We just haven't even been trading it. So it's been it's been difficult. Here's GDX. So it hit the VWAP. This is not unusual. So for what this is down, very little, you know, in the scheme of things, and I'll look for this to start pushing back higher again. They couldn't sell gold off today, even with Yellen yakking. So, you know, and speaking of Yellen, you know, they talk about Russian and collusion, but you know, Yellen, I think she's having collusion with dementia. She could not tell the senators or the House representatives what the total worldwide debt is versus GDP. She said she did not know that number. It's her job. You know, she's a numbers person. She's supposed to be a Mensa, and she couldn't remember the most important number out there. She just didn't want to be on record saying it. These people are just sly. You know, they will not communicate anything that'll pin themselves down. And then she said she's never seen an economy expansion die from old age, when that's how they all die. It's just amazing to me. She just refuses. The thing is just to lie, so nothing gets printed about you. And so then people get the wrong opinions, and the people take wrong trades because they think all is well, and then we get these heartbreaks. Here's UVXY, unbelievable, at the bottom. Okay, we got Apple here. They pushed Apple up really hard, and it didn't really help the Qs at all, or it didn't even help NQ either. So very interesting to me. You know, and I guess who's gonna be buying a $1,200 Apple iPhone? It's just amazing. That's up from $800, which is up from $400 from the one before, which is up from $200 from the one before that. It's, you know, it's just incredible. Here's IWM, still stuck in a range. I'm pretty close to going back in and starting selling calls against this. So I'm just going to watch bond. If the bonds get a bid, then I'm going to go ahead and sell credit spreads on IWM because I know that'll put pressure on it because the banks will start to roll over. There's Nugget, just, you know, pushing it down here. End of the day, shenanigans, but metals and miners are going to be moving up higher. Nothing really to talk about there. Here they needed to lift the market, so they jammed biotech. That's why I stayed away from trying to short it today. I just knew it was just ripe for a short covering rally. They needed something to get the market positive, and they found it. They always keep something on the shelf. You know, but when you swing trade, how does this help you for the day, right? You know, you get it and you hold it overnight, and then the next day they bring it back down again. That's the challenge with what we're facing right now. Here's XIV, getting to the top of its range again. Here's SDS. Instead, there's silver. And technology, like I said, didn't do much today at all. Gold, flat as a pancake. We bought SQQQ, so trying to catch this top in the Qs. 29.50 is our stop, 30 is our entry, and so we're just going to kind of see if we can get a little engine that could here, and if not, the NQs are going to go to a double top, which is 1%, so this would be 3% below here. So if we get stopped out at 29.50, probably get back in again at 29. Here's oil. I think oil is getting close to the top of its range again. Okay, here's dust. I'm still holding my dust puts, and because I'm looking for this to roll back over. UNG, VWAP, Shield flat. Here's AG. We got out of it yesterday, and I feel like a genius. So I'm looking for a place to get back into it again. No buy point yet, but I'm looking pretty hard at this number right here, around 740, and maybe I'll buy half there and then buy half at 705 area, and see where it goes. But I don't think it's going to get there. I may miss the whole move. I think it may reverse back on me. Nothing on real estate. Mosaic sneaking up today, and which is interesting because they hammered the grains pretty hard today. But I think this is really oversold right now. So, okay, I was going to buy this on Monday, and then Tuesday it went down, and then today it lifted. So that's the way it goes. And I'm just trying to learn this one a little bit anyway. So, but has a lot to do with oil production. And if we're getting to the top of the oil range, I'm not too sure I want to jump into it. But anyway, keeping an eye on it. Okay, here's the Amazon trade, kind of sold back down a little bit. Here's oil. Had a nice little run today, as we talked about. XME, this is very positive news, and moving back higher. This is the reflation trade that needs to happen if we want to get gold and silver to come along with it. And here's my wheat and precious metals. Is stuck at a range here, and just not doing too much with it because I don't want to go ahead and sell too many calls against it if I think I'm going to push higher. But I'm pretty sure this is a good low, and so I'm just gonna sit on my hands for a couple days to see which way this baby breaks. I had 1950 sold calls on it. Looks like they're all going to expire. But not for all my shares that I have. And just yesterday I thought, oh, I guess those are all going to be in the money. But see how fast these things are just wigging around here. But we're stuck like in the 70-cent range here now for a month. The banks we talked about, TWM, we talked about IWM. Okay.